have the right to Tarzan anymore. So that makes sense if they're going to make a new product and not do something like they did with 1.5, remix the game again, then they can't really do something new with Tarzan. So they're replacing Tarzan with Jungle Book, which was apparently supposed to be in Birth by Sleep because there's leftover code and a playlist of a world from Jungle Book in Birth by Sleep. So they're going to do that, which is lateral move. It'll give a place for the Power Wilds to, hang out and whatnot, and Shadow Sneaks and yada, 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 right? And that Riku is going to have playable segments within Kingdom Hearts 1, which makes sense because his own story was kind of happening in the background of what Sora was going to when it comes to him working with Maleficent and trying to find and locate Kairi, all that good jazz, which we got a glimpse of in Reverse. And they're we're going to have...
What if I told you Spirit is real, and you... can even see him right now.
That playable machinations and whatnot. Apparently, aspects and assets of Missing Link is going to be in Birth by Sleep, which all of this consider a lot of people have updated graphics, and it's going to be mostly untouched in terms of the core mechanics. According to Exorcist, they have screenshots of this game already. You'll release them then.
Yeah.
And apparently, this game is being
definitely release them. I want to see it.
Tose, if I'm saying that correctly, remembering off the top of my head, which okay, it makes sense. They Square worked with it before and yada, yada, yada. And that this game will have new additions, including that of a brand new world that will replace a former world, and that world is Deep Jungle. It's going to be replaced with Jungle Book, which all of this consider a lot.
That's not bad.
Why they do that is because they don't have the rights to Tarzan anymore. So that makes sense if they're going to make a new product and not do something like they did with 1.5, remix. It's just the game again. Then they can't really do something new with Tarzan. So they're replacing Tarzan with Jungle Book, which was apparently supposed to be in Birth by Sleep because there's leftover code and a playable segment of a world from Jungle Book in Birth by Sleep. So they're going to do that, which is lateral move. It'll give a place for the Power Wilds to, hang out and whatnot, and the Shadow Sneaks and yada, 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 right? And that Riku is going to have playable segments within Kingdom Hearts 1, which makes sense because his own story was kind of happening in the background of what Sora was going to.
Yeah, we never got to play as Riku on the regular Kingdom Hearts.
Kairi, all that good jazz, which we got a glimpse of in Reverse Rebirth for Chain of Memories. So apparently, we're going to have that playable machinations and whatnot. Apparently, aspects and assets of Missing Link is going to be reworked into this game, and that it'll connect in some way, shape, or form in order to streamline the understanding into Kingdom Hearts 4, right? And I'm a lot of people are I made a post about this on social media. A lot of people got angry at the idea. It's remakes replacing the original stuff. I'm that's not always the case for remakes. There's sometimes the case of doing that, and there's a lot of cases where there's not the case of that. It's going to replace Kingdom Hearts 1, and Kingdom Hearts 1 is not going to be accessible. I'm you can get 1.5 anywhere. It's fine.
Hold on.
Taste our world. Celestial Seasonings Tea.
They went for it on 4. Changed the whole game.
But go, give me something smart to say.
Go with the parlay.
Yeah, totally. I've got some action on.
All right. So, I don't believe that's going to be the thing. It's it's going to retcon. It's going to, no, if anything, they're just going to shove in
remake
aspects that would connect to Kingdom Hearts 4. As we've seen, Kingdom Hearts 1 had the Arc, and the Arc turned out to be really important in Unicross, and then, Strelitzia, blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, not Strelitzia, but I think it's Strelitzia. The light, the true dandelion of light. So, that, and here's the kicker of the most interesting part. So, Exorcist does do rumors and leaks when it comes to PlayStation stuff, but they do a lot of Nintendo Switch stuff. And why would they be talking about Kingdom Hearts? So apparently, according to this leak, this game was supposed to be a timed exclusive for Nintendo Switch 2 in 2026, right? And I'm Nintendo Square, what's going on? But apparently that changed, and that this game will now be multi-platform on release in early 2027, right? And that apparently is going to lead into the release of Kingdom Hearts 4 in late 2027, and that's the rumor. Now, I have a lot of conflicting thoughts when it comes to this potential rumor or the possibility of Kingdom Hearts Relux leading to Kingdom Hearts 4, both 2027. Okay, so a couple of red flags for me is that, exclusive Switch 2, that seemed like a red flag to me. I mean, it's not out of the realm of possibility considering that Kingdom Hearts games were exclusive on Nintendo platforms before the whole, 1.5, 2.5 advents and stuff. Chain of Memories, 358 Days or 2. Recoded, which technically is like recoded, and of course Dream Drop Distance, right? So it wouldn't be out of the realm of possibility, but in this day and age, Square Enix, and this probably what may have like changed the choice, that Square Enix is actually profiting a lot more from putting their games multi-platform. Who would have thought, right? Especially considering Final Fantasy VII Remake integrate on Switch 2, and that Rebirth is coming on Switch 2 in June. Crazy, right? So that's a big red flag. The idea of Jungle Book replacing Deep Jungle, I wouldn't say that's a red flag. I'd say it's understandable, but
I don't think it
that's
is.
going to be really, really weird, right? And a lot of people are saying that, like, that means they would have to re-record a lot of lines, make new lines with, Haley Joel Osment, David Gallagher, and then all the people attached to the Kingdom Hearts series. And I'm like, yeah, if this is a remake, then you're going to have to get new lines, especially if Riku's going to be playable. I mean, new lines, what you want him to, like, be silent the whole time, and that ain't going to work, right? And another thing that's like really jarring is like 2027. Listen. You know me. I want Kingdom Hearts as soon as possible. Any type of Kingdom Hearts stuff. 2027. I'm down for it, but at the same time, since Rebirth is coming out on Switch 2 and Xbox in June, and that 2027 is going to be the 30th anniversary of Final Fantasy VII, and Final Fantasy VII is like Square Enix's big money bag, and Remake Part 3, I feel like 2027 is going to be completely dedicated to Final Fantasy VII, right? And considering that, that doesn't mean Kingdom Hearts can't share the spotlight, especially since, Cloud is in Kingdom Hearts 1 and Cloud Remake that, I don't know. And they might use the remake voice actors for voices and stuff, so I'm not entirely sure when it comes to that. So I'm, very cautiously optimistic, because I was always in the camp of Kingdom Hearts games not needing remakes, right? Because I feel they all hold exceptionally well. Some more than others. Yeah, Kingdom Hearts 1 does feel a bit dated and janky, even way back then. But I don't think it needed a remake. But at the same time, what I think doesn't influence companies' decisions when it comes to the shmoney, right? And, if it happens, I'll still be excited, because it's Kingdom Hearts. I would love to see how they tackle a Kingdom Hearts 1 remake, but I really don't think it needs it. And a lot of people have been saying, why a Kingdom Hearts 1 remake if not 358 Days or Recoded or Union Cross or Dark Road? Why not remake those games? It's easy. It's very logical. One, the money, right? Kingdom Hearts 1 will undoubtedly sell more than something for 358 Days or Recoded, right? And that Kingdom Hearts 1 being remade would introduce the game possibly, or the series possibly, to a new generation of fans and bring them in and get ready for Kingdom Hearts 4. This is logical. Companies do this all the time. Kingdom Hearts is past 20 years of age, so it's completely logical, right? They did it with Metroid Prime into Metroid Prime 4. They've done it with movies. They've done it with books, and for books, they don't remake books. They re-release books. You know what I mean, right? So it makes sense on a business standpoint. But, I feel if they're regulating this to another company, then I feel like it's not going to have a lot of bearing in terms of the development, specifically on new stuff like Kingdom Hearts 4, if, a company like Tosei is handling this. So, it'll be fun. But at the same time, at the end of the day, this is all a rumor taken with a grain of salt. The amount of belief that I have in this is, teetering in, the 40% range and whatnot.
Who sees you? Who hears your cries? Who feels your struggles? Who would hold your hand through life's changes? Suddenly, the people who used to be there are gone.
And that, I feel like putting the games on Nintendo Switch 2, 1.5, Masterpiece and Terran Collection.
Well,
1.5, 2.5, 2.8.
Well, if it's going to be on Switch 2, then I'm not going to be getting the game.
It would have a pretty big splash, but at the same time, a remake will have.
I want to, but eventually,
fans. There's gonna be us talking about this stuff, and you know, everybody's gonna be talking about if Kingdom Hearts 1 does get a remake, and I would like to see how they would tackle that and how they would connect it to Kingdom Hearts 4, and at the same time, as much as I would love a 3 Days or Recoded or Union Cross remake, something like that would be only for us. You get what I'm saying? Like us, the hardcore Kingdom Hearts fans. And as a business, Square and Disney is not looking at just us. They're trying to look at everything, the highest potential. And Kingdom Hearts 1 is going to be the one that casts the widest net in terms of remaking a game, right? It'll be something that we can enjoy from nostalgia, as well as enjoying something new. And it'll be a great entry point for the next generation or a new generation of Kingdom Hearts fans to get them ready for Kingdom Hearts 4, of how part 1 of the first saga would connect to part 1 of the next saga. So with that being said, I want to know what you guys think about the possibility of this rumor of Kingdom Hearts Relux. Still not liking that name. I'm not entirely sure with that name. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. If you want it, if you believe in it, if you think that's going to be a big deal, grandiose, whatever, leave it in the comment section below and let me know what you think about the return of green screen videos. So until the next video, this has been HMK, and I'll check you guys later.
So you haven't subscribed to HMK yet? Don't piss Zemnis off.
I already did. I literally already did. Alright. I'll be back to Joy. You guys.